What's up guys, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duel video. And yes, the KC Cup has finally ended, but we are welcome with a new event, and that features Gym Crocodile Cook. But right before we get into that event real quick, let's actually do a quick announcement regarding the future of YuGiOh Duel Links, because YuGiOh VRAINS is coming to YuGiOh Duel Links on the 28th of September. We get to start link summoning. So link summoning is actually a great mechanic. If you are unfamiliar with it, do not worry, you can watch. If you are familiar with it, then you are pretty much curious on how this entire gameplay is going to be set up. Do not worry, I'm also quite interested in seeing how it's going to be set up as well. So Yusaku Fujiki will be entering YuGiOh Duel Links as the first character in the Link VRAINS universe into YuGiOh Duel Links. Not to mention, by this event getting released, we will be having some new cards such as UR Code Talker, the UR card Code Talker, Cyber's Wizard, Backup Secretary, as well as some UR and SR Dream tickets overall with additional gems, accessories, and a skill ticket. So essentially, that means we will be getting either a main box or definitely gonna be a main box, as well as definitely a structure deck that definitely will help you get familiar with the link summoning era, as well as how to play link summoning overall, like what they did for 5Ds as well as for Zexal. So normally that actually occurs, and that is going to be interesting to see. But although I do think that it's actually progressing a bit too fast for YuGiOh Duel Links, in terms of we just got Arch 5 essentially last year, and I do understand keeping up with the pace of essentially having much more diversity and also much more ways to play YuGiOh and YuGiOh Duel Links overall. But at the same time, it's gonna be quite hard because this actually means rank will be difficult. And as you know, the different metas in YuGiOh Duel Links as well as Master Duel itself is on a completely different level. So most probably what the decks you actually try out in Master Duel may not actually apply in YuGiOh Duel Links, and that is one of the few things you actually need to be careful on, especially in selection of certain cards. Because as you know, some cards are only available in Master Duels, and some are actually not available in Duel Links. So it's gonna be a curious kind of a situation to see how you're gonna build a deck, essentially with some cards missing. But decks that actually play link summoning, like the Cyber's archetype, as well as Goki and Dino Wrestlers, essentially are gonna benefit out of this. So if you are actually a player of these few decks that I mentioned, this is gonna be an interesting one for you, because you can finally put your deck into its fullest gameplay as possible. With the extra advanced notice of extra monster zones being added thanks to VRAINS, link summon is planned to be added on 20th September. Will add extra monster zones in the latest app, and some parallel summoning related rules and some card text will change. Additional dual settings will be implemented as well. The changes will be applied if you update the new version to create even better experience. We will continue to add new content and work to balance out the issues. So that's about it for the additions of the extra monster zones, as well as link summoning, as well as link VRAINS being announced for YuGiOh Duel Links. But let's get right back to the main topic overall, which is Gym Crocodile Cook. So Gym Crocodile Cook is a legendary duelist that is for YuGiOh GX. He actually did make an appearance about a month ago also, and if you have yet to unlock this character in your list for YuGiOh GX, this is your time to do so now, because he has coming back with some new cards, mainly the Fusion Monster Fossil Machine Skull Convoy, as well as Flint Kragger. So these two cards are pretty much decent, although I prefer Fossil Machine Skull Convoy, with the fact that it has the effect of decreasing your opponent's attack points up to the defense points, not to mention able to battle 3 times per turn, and not to mention for each monster that is destroyed, you inflict 500 burn damage just like that. So another card to combo it with Flint Kragger, essentially special when it is special summon. Discard a card. If you do, send a Fossil Fusion from your extra deck to the graveyard, and you can send this card to the field of the graveyard to inflict 250 burn damage. And if a Fossil Fusion is in your graveyard, return to your graveyard one of your banished monsters that lists Fossil Fusion in its text, and basically, or even mentions it by the way, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So essentially, you can special summon this card to activate its effect. Normal summoning it doesn't actually bring any attribute or any advantage to you. So one of the few best ways to actually use Flame Cragger is to use the Excavation by Stone, essentially special summoning it from the banished pile and activating its effect overall. So that's one of the few combos you can go for Flame Cragger. For Fossil Machine Skull Convoy, if you do not care about Flame Cragger, you can basically splash this card into your Fossil Fusion decks or any of the decks that you actually use Fossil Fusion as a way as an extra combo for you to go off and to essentially deal much more damage to your opponent. Aside from that, cards like Dark Alligator, Shell Knight are getting a boost in their rarity in terms of them becoming Prismatic Prince in the cumulative rewards right here. So if you scroll right down real quick, you will see Shell Knight in its Prismatic form, and just a bit down some more you can see Dark Alligator Prismatic as well. So if you did not obtain these cards in the previous event, this is your time to do now, and this is also your time to obtain Gym Crocodile Cook as a legendary duelist. So you can complete this entire storyboard, essentially episode 1, episode 2, and wait until episode 3 on the 21st of September to be unlocked, and that is also the time where you can unlock Gym Crocodile Cook as a legendary duelist in your collection of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX legendary duelists off the board. And aside from that, you also stand a chance to obtain some EX jewels, which you can check out in the missions above, and basically collect all of them and go to exchange in the card trader EX right there, and go for cards that are currently there or you have yet to obtain. You can obtain Flame Cragger by exchanging with 100 EX jewels, but for Skull Convoy on the other hand, you must obtain it by dueling against Gym Crocodile Cook via battle or even by the cumulative reward, which will only be 1 copy. So do your best for this event. This is going to be a huge step up and to test your abilities, as well as a quick warm up for you just in time for Link VRAINS to finally get into YuGiOh Duel Links. Anyways, that's it for the video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and you are all excited for the announcement for Link VRAINS into YuGiOh Duel Links. I hope to see you soon, and most probably I'll also update on what other things you can do, as well as different decks you can use to combo against Gym Crocodile Cook as a whole. But until then, stay safe, but most important of all, keep dueling, and let's get ready to Link VRAINS, everyone.